954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
You're watching INCRadio. INCRadio.
And good evening to all our viewers, and welcome to Central Valley, California's live broadcast on INCRadio. How is everyone doing today? I hope that everyone is doing great. Everyone is healthy, drinking water, and just being happy. Today is a happy day. So, as you can see, today I am not alone in the studio. So go ahead, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Brian Dewey from the locale of Delano, Central Valley, California.
And also we have two more hosts with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's start with Alwin.
Hi everybody, I'm Alwin Acuna from Merced, California.
Hi everyone, happy Saturday and welcome back to our live broadcast. We hope to hear from you on your comments, so don't forget to also like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're so excited for our topic this afternoon, so stay tuned, don't go away. Back to you, Mia.
Yes, and go ahead and leave your comments because we are going to have an interesting topic today. So our topic for today is basic swimming tips. So what can you say about swimming? Like, what do you like about it, and why did we choose you as a guest?
So,
can you tell us what you do?
Yeah, so I was a swimmer all throughout high school and also a little bit of college. I chose swimming because it was a sport that was a full body movement. So my goal was for swimming was to initially lose weight first. So I wanted to lose weight, and swimming it makes you lighter as a person. So it makes you lighter, so it's definitely way easier to move, which means it's easier to work out.
Okay.
Just being in the water, it helps you, burn more calories, lose more weight. It's definitely a great exercise.
Okay. Now, you heard that from him. It's a great exercise. So, how about we show us a few clips of him swimming? We have some over here. So, let's admire his swimming techniques.
Now, while we're waiting for Kuya to prepare that short clip of video, because I'm sure we're all excited, I'm not the only one who's excited to see what kind of, swimming techniques he has for us in store today. What else what inspired you, Brian, to choose swimming, compared to other sports, and to get really into it and be really good at it?
So I chose swimming because one, it was a great way to exercise. When I first started high school, I was definitely a bigger kid. So of course the football coaches wanted me to be a part of football, but I wasn't really a big fan of contact sports. So the thought of idea of, running at everyone or, being a part of a team, it didn't really, I guess, sound so good. I wanted to go home, pretty happy and in good health. So that's the reason why I chose swimming. You're in your own lane. The only aspect of being a part of a team is if you were in a relay team. So a relay team is 4 people, and they would be swimming, back to back to back. So I chose swimming because it was not a contact sport, and I believe was a better way of exercise for myself.
Awesome. All right. Looks like Kuya Tech is now ready for that video clip. All right. Go ahead, Kuya Tech.
Looks good, Brian. Maybe one of these days I can challenge you to a race or something. Oh, just joking.
Maybe we can all challenge him, right? With our basic
Yes, yes,
basic
yes.
I'll be out of
techniques.
it. I can't actually. I don't think I have the lung capacity to breathe that long.
Well, I really admire, your swimming techniques and all that. And I just have a question because I didn't really have any formal swimming lessons or went through formal, swimming instruction. But uh, what tips or are there any breathing techniques when you were trying to learn swimming and when you were, until now? What can you uh, tips you can give us for us, those who are not really experts or are trying to learn how to swim?
So for learning how to swim, I'd say keeping air in your lungs. So as long as there's air in your lungs, think about your lungs as a big balloon. You can't hold a balloon or a ball under the water; it goes completely up. So if you were to keep lungs, or if you keep your air in your lungs, then you're going to be floating up no matter what. So as a beginner, your main goal is to keep air in your lungs and also relax. The more you're struggling in the water, the more energy you're burning. So that means it's harder for you to keep air in your lungs. So that means you're going to start sinking. But if you, as long as you just remain calm, you're not using so much of your energy, and your body isn't using so much oxygen, then you're going to be staying up in the water. You're going to be able to, I guess, get where you need to go, whether it's short distance, long distance, wherever you need.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, breathe,
Relax.
relax. I also know that when we do that, we actually like float above water. So that's the one thing that I know how to, and I would say I'm pretty good at it. It's floating. But when it's all those techniques, those butterfly strokes, those breaststrokes, you cannot count on me on that. Count on Brian over here to show you how to do that. So, what actually made you passionate to start swimming? Like, what pushed you to start swimming?
So what started me to, I guess, be passionate about it was the fact that I saw progress. So losing weight, being a part of a team, it creates a sense of community. So Delano's a really small town, and we had less than 8 swimmers on our team. So we're a very tight knit community. In our high school, there's not very much people who swim. So being around people and surrounding yourself with people who do like the same thing as you, it definitely made me feel like I have now a whole group of friends. I can go to these people, and of course, it is also a great workout for your
Yeah.
mental health and also your physical health too as well.
All right, that's an amazing answer, honestly.
Oh, I do have another question for you, Brian.
Yes,
Looks
go.
like Owen is ready to jump in, but I'm beating him to this one. Is there any difference? Because myself, I struggle more swimming in the ocean compares to swimming in the pool. So, what are your tips on that? Or is there a difference in terms of? I know you said don't panic, make sure you breathe, but for some reason, the ocean is a lot harder for me to swim compared to the pool. I'm sure it's because of the current, the waves, and whatnot. But how do you prepare your body to be able to overcome, your fear of not also being carried away by the current and panic and and also be able to breathe at the same time, and hopefully you can come back on the shore.
So, swimming in the ocean is definitely completely different. Yeah, like you mentioned, it was the current that pulls you in back into the ocean. But if you were a beginner and trying to get back into the shore, as if you look at waves, they have kind of a curve, and they go at an angle. So your main goal is to swim with the current, which is going at a diagonal angle. You're not going to be able to swim forwards because, of course, everything's just pulling you back. But if you go with the wave, that's why you see surfers when they're surfing, they go down at an angle, go down diagonally. So
Oh.
they're coming back to shore. If you were to swim going downhill or down the wave, then you would make it back to shore. But being in a pool is definitely a lot different. Um, One, you're surrounded by people that you do know if you were a part of a team, and also there's lifeguards. We're more reliable lifeguards. The pool is you're able to see everything as a lifeguard, but if you're out in the ocean, there's a lot more people to watch. Um, so yeah, definitely a pool is definitely very different than being in the ocean.
Oh, and I have a follow-up question. Well, I was gonna say that I'm really happy that Brian mentioned the importance of for us to relax when we're in the pool, because I did some reading, and most of the reasons why people drown is they panic when they get into the water. So Brian, thank you so much for that tip. And for like me, I'm not really much of a swimmer, but when I go outdoors, like hiking, there are times that I have to cross bodies of water, like a river, or go through a lake. What are your tips for us who are not swimmers when we are gonna go through, pass through a body of water like a river?
So a tip would be going barefoot first. But before you do all that, try and take off as much equipment as you can. The less items you have on yourself, the lighter you'll feel, the easier it will be for you to move. So if you can get someone to cross over first, then you can give them your stuff. Your stuff won't get wet. Being barefoot in the water also helps you to grip onto the things below the water, things that you might not be able to see, and less slippage too. So being barefoot and taking care of your stuff first.
Good. Thank you for that, Brian. I know now what to do.
So let's ask our panelists, like, does anyone here know how to swim professionally? I, for one, and I can swim to save myself, but not professionally or any type of sport. How about you, Melvi? Can you swim?
If you're gonna ask me to save somebody else, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might be in panic mode. I'll call Brian. Brian, come drive down over here and help me out. But it's fun. I mean, I'm not really. I wish I could be so much better in swimming, but because of my past experience where I almost drowned when I was younger, sometimes I hesitate to swim. So the question is, what kind of body of water, or if you know you're kind of iffy, you want to try swimming on it, but you don't want to. Brian, what are your tips in terms of, because when you're kids and you see either a lake or a river, in terms of safetiness, how can we prevent ourselves from being, be aware and be mindful of what kind of body water we should be swimming, and what we should, well, what we shouldn't even go in there in the first place, so we won't drown.
So
Have you ever encountered that? Anything that in your past experiences, maybe even with friends or when you were young?
back when I was in Hawaii, I have a lot of family in Hawaii, so we would go to the beaches, and if you can't see the floor, it's either too deep, or it's either too deep, or it's, I guess, you're too far out. If the closer you are to shore, then the easier it is for you to see the floor. So if you can't see the floor anymore, then you're probably either too far or too deep. So determining, how far you are out, it's hard for you to look back. So just look down towards your feet. If you can't see your feet, or if you want to determine if you're too deep, I'd say recommend, if you're a beginner, probably waist level ball. So keeping it at a minimum ball.
That's great advice, Brian. Uh, you know, uh, Growing up in the Philippines, we didn't have any, as I said, formal swimming lessons. My parents just threw us in the middle of the pool or middle of the beach, and then we figured out how to swim. For like children, or not children but adults alike, do you have any advice, or that where they should look for resources on where they can start or have swimming lessons, or maybe even just a group where they could go so they can start learning how to swim?
So if you are living in a bigger town, then most likely there's a recreational pool that people can use, and some of the recreational areas that the pool does have, they could probably offer swimming lessons. So parents would pay maybe a monthly payment or per class, or maybe even there are people that are certified lifeguards, certified swimming instructors. They can come over, help your kid learn how to swim. And overall, if you don't have those resources, then I'm sure maybe finding a family friend. There's at least one person in your family that knows how to float or swim, hopefully, and they can definitely, guide. They're a trusted person, trusted individual to help your kid learn how to swim.
Oh, Brian, do you plan on teaching us all how to swim one day? You are our resource.
Planning only get the lessons for
Maybe
The
that's
closest resource we have right now is actually you. So we should have a swimming activity, don't you
great
think?
activity.
Exactly, Coach.
Oh, it is.
Coach Brian over here.
I'll wear the sunscreen on my nose bone. So certified.
But I don't think it's a good idea to do that right now because of the excessive heat. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it. So, in terms of your past experiences, what do you think is the most memorable? I'm sure you've had coaches who taught you, you've had mentors, you've had people that you've shared these memorable, encounters, and what do you think is the best part that drove you or that drives you to actually continue to do this as part of your life or even in your routine in your life?
So what drives me to do this, Sister Melby, is the fact that I'm surrounded by other swimmers. So back when one of my favorite memories you mentioned was regional unity games. So I did swim for regional unity games, and I got to meet other brethren that love the same sport that I did. Um, so I'm meeting different brethren all throughout California, the different states that we had over there. I got to meet them. It was really cool knowing that there are other people, other members that enjoy the same hobby as I did. So just meeting and being a part of the swim community is definitely what drives me to do this sport.
I firsthand got to watch Brian over here compete in Unity Games in the regional one, and I would say his technique. I don't know anything about swimming, but you can tell he knows what he's doing. So, talking of technique, what is your most favorite stroke, and what is your most disliked stroke?
So there's 4 strokes. There's the freestyle, breaststroke, backstroke, and butterfly. My favorite is the freestyle one because it's the most seen. So you would see in the movies, they don't show everyone swimming with their hands on their sides. They swim they're really reaching forward for their freestyle. So that's a freestyle, the one you would always see on like TV, the movies. That's my favorite stroke. Probably my least favorite would have to be butterfly. That one's the most taxing. It's the most technical out of all of them. Because the backstroke is just like the freestyle, you're just on your back. And the breaststroke is, well, in the name, it's it's breathing. You're taking a breath every time you go up. But with the butterfly, it's the most taxing. There's a different way you're supposed to kick for the butterfly. It's definitely the most tiring definitely a lot tiring. Yeah.
So, among all of the swimming styles or techniques, if you're still basically learning how to swim, which one would suit us best? I'm sure, like me and Alvin and Mir, I'm guessing freestyle, right? Would be the easiest
Yes,
to
for
learn.
me,
I don't know what Mia's
whatever's
doing.
easiest, that would be my favorite.
I choose floating. No strokes.
So the easiest I'd say would be to learn because when you go into the water, your automatic thought is to start kicking. What does it have? It has freestyle. Either that or the backstroke. If you were to take a breath of air, then you flip upside down. If you were to look at a fish, they would flip upside down if they were breathing because where the lungs are. Same thing with a human. The lungs are in the front, so if you're on your back, then it's easier for you to float up. So backstroke and freestyle are probably the easiest ones to learn as a beginner. And plus, the freestyle, you're on your stomach, and so is doggy paddling. So doggy paddling is you're on your stomach, so you're able to like move around with your hands. So yeah, freestyle and backstroke for beginners.
I think we got to learn how to float first before any of those movements, right?
You gotta learn how to control
Because if
your
you're not floating,
breathing.
if you're like below, the sea level or water level, then you gotta fight for your life. Just as long as you don't panic, like what you said, right? And don't try to breathe in the water because I've done that in the past and that was awful. I don't remember how much I drank when I was younger in the pool, but that was not fun.
When you're in the ocean, you would
Salt
drink
water.
salt water.
So anyway, before we continue on with our awesome conversation, I'd like to read a couple of the comments because some of these are actually pretty fun and funny at the same time.
Ooh, can't
Okay.
wait to hear them.
So, first we have, anyways, thank you, beloved listeners and viewers, for all of your lovely comments. We love all of you. First one from Tess Acuna. Hello po everyone from Merced. GWS from Michael Sarmiento. Happy watching and listening to all the brethren from Riverbank District of Central Valley, California. From Elvira Tamayo, who is my mom. Hi, Mom. Happy viewing to all. Hashtag local of Erosa District of Central Valley, California. From Daniel Dugsy. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hello po to all the brethren from Merced GWS. From William Dorsey, happy viewing from local of Delano. From Tawanda Coachran, happy viewing from local congregation of Limor. From Linolyn Prado, happy viewing po CBC from Fresno local with love and hearts. From Andres Tamayo Jr. Oh, from my dad. Hi, Dad. Happy viewing, brethren, from local congregation of Orosi. Again, from Danielle Dagsy. Hi, Sister Tess, Brother Melcher, and Sister Annabelle De La Cruz. Hello, Ka Alwin. From Renee Acoba. From Rosi. Hello po to everyone. From Andrea Sunga. Happy viewing po from Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, hello po. Thank you for tuning in. From Annabelle De La Cruz. Hello, sisters. Tess, Faye, hi Daniel, happy watching. From Brother Rudolph Ilaga, hello po everyone, happy watching from CBC Fresno. And Brother Rudolph again, he had a comment here. Does, quote unquote, the frog count as a swimming style? Only one, I know. And from Edwin Racadio, hi to all brethren in the District of Central Valley, California. Rudolph Ilaga again. Yes, fight for your life. Swimming is my kind of swimming talk. Melvi. That's funny. And one more from Priscilla Batan, watching from Rizal. God bless po to all. Thank you again for all of your comments. We hope that you continue to watch us. We're always here on Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. All right, back to you, Mia. Go ahead and ask any more questions, or you can also let us know what are the activities that's going on in our district as well.
Okay, so the activities that we had earlier, we had the all officers special worship service, and also we had some brethren who took an office, taken oath. So we're so happy seeing more brethren being converted into holding offices, and it makes our hearts so happy. We also have the baptism and and evangelical mission on 13th, which is a big scale EVM that we have. So anyone can invite, go ahead and invite your friends, your family, and so that they can hear our words and our what we can share to them so that they can be saved. And let's answer Brother Rudolph's question, the frog stroke. Let's answer that one. Does that count as like a swimming technique?
I mean, kind of. So, Brother Rudolph, the frog breaststroke was kind of inspired by the frog. A frog's legs and they move outwards, and so does the breaststroke. I'm not sure if frogs have arms. I guess it's not big enough, maybe pads for their hands, but yeah, the frog and the breaststroke they go hand in hand. You know, definitely something to look at.
So what kind of, oh, I got one more question. So what kind of gears or even swimming outfits do you recommend, especially, for beginners, or maybe if we would like to go in for a swim? Because I'm sure everybody wants to feel comfortable and wear the right gear so it's not either too heavy or, it would also, right here in the valley, it would also protect us from the heat, for example.
So gear start off before going to sunscreen. Sunscreen is so important, definitely, right? It's the best gear you can have. Not only protects you in the pool, but outside of the pool as well.
Yes, I love sunscreen.
And having a life jacket. So a life jacket, if you're out in an open body of water, the life jacket is your best friend. If you can't keep yourself afloat, then the life jacket will keep you afloat. Probably my favorite gear would probably be goggles. So like I mentioned before, your best thing is your eyesight and your breathing. So you want to see where you are, you want to see where you're going. So having a pair of goggles, it helps you. You can see farther in water. And a little fact that I have is, even if you have glasses, like I wear glasses, underwater, if you wear goggles, you're able to see completely clear. So you don't need to wear contacts, only goggles if you want to see underwater.
Wow, that's an amazing tip. Especially for those who are like discouraged because they have glasses. They're like, I can't see underwater. I can't see the beautiful fishes. But we heard it firsthand here over here. Even though you're wearing glasses in land, you can wear goggles underwater and you will be able to see clearly. Also, I want to promote one more activity. Our INC concert for the 110th anniversary of the church is fast approaching. It's very fast approaching. Right now, we're having practice upstairs. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna announce it very soon when the date is gonna be and where the venue is gonna be, so that some of you can come watch if you're free. And I think that is all that we have for today. Anything else we want to ask,
I
panelists?
just
I think
I just
Alwyn
want to
have
make
a
a quick comment, po. I want to thank Brian for mentioning that he appreciate the brethren whom he met in the Unity Games. And with
yes.
that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the church administration for always thinking in their foresight of the welfare of the brethren. So activities like the Unity Games would, hone the skills and the brethren's passion for the sport that they love. So with that, Brian, if you can invite our brethren here in our district to join you in your sport and maybe in all of us learning how to swim in the future.
Very well said, Alwyn, for the love of sports and for the love of the brotherhood. So go ahead, Brian or Mia, for last shout outs or comments, anything you want to say to our viewers and listeners out there.
Delano, the locale of Delano, also the locale of Fresno, our district locale of Fresno. But yeah, coming out for Unity Games, so it's very, very probably one of my favorite activities we host every year. The whole Church of Christ hosts every year. That's where you get to, I guess, bond with the other brethren of your same interest. So you make lifelong friends in Unity Games. And shout out to brother Colin from the locale of LAC. I met him in a Unity Games, and we've been friends since CWS. So
Wow.
we played CWS basketball together. So we met.
Long lasting friendship.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Got to see him too at Kadiwa Formal. So since from CWS to Kadiwa, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, thank you so much. And again, before we close off our show, even though we want to share more topics, it seems to be a very interesting topic. We can go on and on about it. But always tune in to us every week here at YouTube. Type INC Radio Central Valley, California. Subscribe to our INC Radio DCEM 954 and online at incradio.org. And before we leave, we want to thank these important people, of course. Brother Eduardo Vimanalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Eranio Vimanalo, our SEMC President and CFO Coordinator. And we hope you have enjoyed our topic today about swimming tips and saving your life in the water. And we hope to see you again next week here on INC Radio at 1 p.m. with Central Valley, California. Thank you so much for tuning in and leaving your comments. We hope to see you again next week.
Let's go swimming!
Let's go swimming. Just keep swimming.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
O Diyos na pagpamay, nagtindig ka sa iglesia sila ay nagmamahal. Sa amin iyong ibiniyaya ang pamamahalan na sa'yo nagmula. Isang lider upang manguna, pag-ibig sa iglesia ang ipinagpapauna. Pamamahalan na mapagmalasakit, alangalan sa aming kapakanan. Siya'y tunay na nagpapagal para sa kabuuan ng iyong kawan. Kaya dalangin sa iyo ng buong iglesia, mabuhay at lakas, naway basbas sa kanila. Naway iyong ipagkaloob ang iyong tulong at awa. Sa iyong inilagay na pamamahala. Kanilang laging ipinapanalangin ang paglilingkod at kapakanan namin. Kaya aming pangako, lalo pa matataba, pang sa'yo'y maging karapat-dapat. Pamamahalan na mapagmalasakit, alangalan sa aming kapakanan. Siya'y tunay na nagpapagal para sa kabuuan ng iyong kawan. Kaya dalangin sa iyo ng buong iglesia, mabuhay at lakas, naway basbas sa kanila. Naway iyong ipagkaloob ang iyong tulong at awa. Sa iyong inilagay na pamamahala.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio